Welcome back to ECE 442-542. This is the last lecture without being a supplement to Unit 5. Unit 5 is getting us in the mindset of designing controllers for physical systems, and we've actually started with looking at a Ragazzini controller design, and this is really sort of allowing us to see how we might build controllers. The Ragazzini controller design may not be the controller that you actually want to build, but at least it starts getting us thinking about the restrictions that we need to keep in mind and the constraints and the trade-offs in designing controllers for systems. Material that you can read up on in addition to what we're presenting here in these videos is available in Unit 5 via the few pages from a textbook by Franklin, and our own course textbook that we're using this semester, section 6.6 of that textbook, Digital Control Engineering, is where you will find this direct design strategy discussed. As you are working through this class, please keep track of the posts that are being made in the discussion section of the course, and that will hopefully help answer some of your questions that you might have, either concerning the material or homeworks themselves. Homework 5, which is dealing with Unit 5 material, is due on Monday, April 6th, and that's in a week. Office hours are again Monday and Wednesdays at 4 o'clock. If it looks like the content or the substance of those office hours would be generally useful to the entire class, I will try to record a separate video and provide those notes and video that tries to summarize what was discussed in that office hour period. If you are having difficulties, be that with the course, with something else academically, please send me an email. Please stay in touch. Don't just let things go. Please know that I'm here hoping to help answer questions that you might raise. And if I don't get back to you, don't feel embarrassed to send me another email. Maybe I got sidetracked and failed to respond to your first email. Go ahead and resend. As you now hopefully are aware, exams 2 and 3 this semester in spring of 2020 have now been replaced with unit quizzes, and I'll try to provide you more information as we go, but your first quiz is on Unit 3, and that's taking place Wednesday, April 1. You will be allowed 2 attempts on your quizzes. The second attempt for Unit 3's quiz will be this Saturday, which follows the Wednesday of the first attempt. And your score on that Unit 3 quiz will be the higher of your 2 scores on those 2 different attempts. I have provided a review for Unit 3 to try to prepare you for the quiz, and that you will find in the Unit 3 module, both notes and video for preparing you for the Unit 3 quiz. If you're a graduate student or if you're taking ECE 542, you are responsible for the project. Your first deliverable, which is really a description of what you are wanting to work on for your project, is due Wednesday, April 1st. If you do not hear back from me, please assume that what you have proposed is valid and you can continue and work on your project, because it is due deliverables 2 and 3 on Wednesday, May 6th, which is the last day of this spring semester. Our final exam, which, stay tuned, I'm not quite sure what that will look like, but the final exam will be on Thursday, May 14th, for your quizzes. not necessarily for the final exam, but for your quizzes, those will be open note and open book if you happen to have a book that you refer to for this class. There are additional notes and videos available for this particular unit, and I would suggest that you take advantage of those. And they are labeled with S's for supplements. This, as I said, is lecture 5.4. That's the last lecture that's not a supplement. 5.5S, that lecture is really a supplementary lecture that talks about Ragazzini design or goes through another example, and that example helps illustrate inner sample ripple. The other supplemental videos, you can see that there's 3 relative to video 5.2 or lecture 5.2. How do you create a desired closed loop transfer function? What if your performance specifications or these design specifications of settling time, percent overshoot, and peak time are competing? How do you resolve those competing performance specs? That's supplement 2 for 5.2. And then I talk in general about sampling and aliasing. How do those interrelate, or how do you relate the sampling frequency with aliasing, etc., and this Nyquist frequency or the folding frequency. And supplement 5.3 is talking about controller design in general, an overview, and how do you now go about satisfying probably competing specifications that you will have to deal with, or constraints that are going to present trade-off decisions that you will have to make concerning steady state accuracy and transient or transient performance characteristics in your system. That's now a lot, but those are the announcements for lecture 5.4. Please make sure that you're aware of what's going on and how we will complete the remainder of the semester.